Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hexcells Plus. So it took us 30 minutes to do the first group, and it took us 30 minutes to do 4 of the 6 in the second group. It wouldn't surprise me if it takes us 30 minutes just to do the last 2 in the second group. They are increasing the difficulty a lot faster than the original game, and I'm enjoying that because I guess I enjoy difficult puzzles. You could certainly stretch this out and have made it so that there was a lot easier puzzles to begin with and a lot more of them, and that would have made a longer game, but you're basically just would be training the player and building up their motivation to the actual difficult ones. This feels like the fluff has been taken out. Speaking of taking the fluff out, here we are. We have a 0 in this column, so we can just go ahead and eliminate everything here. And a 0 in this column, so we can go ahead and eliminate everything there. More and more complicated things are getting added to this pattern. So like this 3 here means if we went 1, 2, 3, this would be included. But if I went 1, 2, 3, this would be included. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But if I went 1, 2, 3, this would still be included. So even though the offset makes it look a little odd, this is only 5, and the middle one is right here, even though physically it would be right here. So that has to be part of the pattern. Now, I can't do anything similar to that here, unfortunately. Or diagonally this way. I can do something here though. If you go 1, 2, 3, it's going to include this one. If you go 1, 2, 3, it's going to include this one. So these two are already part of it. Let's see, 5. If we eliminate one more on the diagonal here, that will be nice. If we eliminated one more here, that would be nice. This one's only touching 2, so we can go ahead and include those 2. And this one's only touching 2, so we can go ahead and include those 2. This one's touching 1. This one's only touching 3, so we can go ahead and include all 3 of those. We know that there will be at least one here. So this one's only touching 2. Because there has to be one here, that means this cannot be part of it. Just can't. So this pattern means this is included and this isn't. This one's only touching 3, so that one's included. That got us a little bit further. We still aren't sure which of these 2 are the one, but we know at least one of those is going to be, and at least one of these is going to be. This is 3 consecutive here, which means it could be here or here now, but it can't be this. And then this one's only touching 2, so we can do that. This one's 3 consecutive, so it now has to be these 2, and that eliminates these and solves that. This one's only touching 3, this one's only touching 2. That makes 3 consecutive, which gets rid of this, and means we're done with that. This one's only touching 2, so that's 1. And then one of these is part of it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only one left here is this one. That has to be part of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 6th one could have been filled in at the very beginning because there was only 6 slots on this angle anyways. So we'll go ahead and do that. So this one tells us this one's not part of it. This one tells us this is part of it. Let's see. Where's our next step? This one here has been satisfied, so these are all out of the picture. That one's been satisfied, that one's been satisfied, that one's been satisfied, that, and that. This one's only touching 2, so that solves for that. That one's only touching 1, so that solves for that. So we've mostly done all of this right side. We just know now that there's going to be 1 here. And see, this 3 is only touching 3, so that had to have always been there. That solves for this column, meaning that's gone, so that's gone. That means this is here, which means this has been solved, so that's gone. There we go. 5 can't be done yet, can't use that. 6 can't be done yet. 4 almost can be done, but not quite. And then 3 consecutive ones. So since we've eliminated all the other options, this has to be part of the pattern, and this isn't part of the pattern. They're consecutive even though there's gaps between them. 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 is the only option, so that's part of it. 3, we already have 3, so these 2 aren't part of it. Maybe I should make some more mistakes. It's starting to feel like the game is just allowing me to click on anything, and it's adjusting the puzzle to make it seem like I was right all along. That'd be kind of funny if somebody made a game like that. It's like, doesn't matter where you click, you always win. Just build up your motivation, trick somebody, fool them in a happy way instead of the usual nasty fool tricks. This one's only touching 1, so that does that. There. This one's only touching 2, so that does that there. This one is an interesting issue. What we know here is that it's 2 non-consecutive, so it can't be this 1, 2. It can either be 1, skip 1, 2, or it can be 1, skip 1, 2. Actually, it's 1, skip 2, 2. But whatever. So one of these here have to be included to get that. So that means this is part of the puzzle. And then that, if we could just get rid of one of these, then that would be helpful. This is a 1 and it's touching this, so that's part of it. That didn't help. This 5 here going down, we still don't know. This 2 we still don't know. This 2 we don't know. Where is the piece that we're not seeing right now? It could be for this. If it was right here, then that would be 2, and then that would be out. But it could also be that this was here 1, and then this was 1, and that would still work. So there's no real solution there, not yet at least. And there's no guarantee on this diagonal that this piece is part of this. It could be all three of these. Let's check this 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still way too many. I have like 9. Let's check the 5. We have... Yeah, we're gonna have to calculate all the remaining spots now. So, there's 2 on this diagonal. There are 3 on this diagonal. That does 5. That means there's 4 to go. There's 1 on this diagonal. That leaves 3. And there's 1 on that. That leaves 2. So, this sounds crazy, but doesn't that mean that it has to get, we have to just squeeze in that way, because these 3 diagonal are eliminating all this section here, that the only extra 2 spaces are here and here. It is. That's it. That gets rid of this. That includes this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets rid of this. That means there's only 1 here for that. That gets rid of that one. This 2 now has to be satisfied here, which means that's been satisfied, which means that's not part of the puzzle. And that's done. And we are in a weird situation now. How is this possible? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 slots, and it doesn't look like there's any information here that tells me whether this one or this one would be the right one. I mean, no joke. Oh wait, this tells me this one here has been satisfied, so that one's out. Good. Then that leaves only these 6. So mark those 3 and we'll have it done. Up to 69 hex cells. And at 12 minutes to do that first puzzle, we will be close to 30 minutes to do 2 of them. Not a super surprise. So here we know this one's included. Just has to be. You can't do 2 here because they're 2 non-continuous that way. Here we have a 0, which means we can work our way around there. This is 3. If I could eliminate 1 more, I'd be done with that already. 5, 4. Wow. An interesting problem just starting. Well, no, because we know there's going to be 1 here. And we know there's going to be 1 here. And so, of these 2, one of those have to be the one that's here. Of those 2, one of those have to be the one that's there. So, all of these go away. Everything else in the column is perfectly safe. That opens up some new doors of possibility. This one's touching only 2. Solve for that. This one's only touching 2. That solves for that. This one's touching 2. No, that won't. Can't do that. Maybe we can. Let's see. this one here is only touching 2. So we know that's it. And then we know this isn't connected, so that is out. And we know then that only has this option. And then that one's out. And then that one's in. And that one's in. Let's see, so 3 connected means not connected means this can't be it. Which, okay. Only one of these can be, so this one has to be it. So we can get rid of that. And we've eliminated those 2. 2 there. Well, we're making progress. Let's see, 5 not connected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the space is right here where it's not connected. So that's part of the pattern. So that one's out. Let's see, 3. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. 3 this way. I can mark, though. That's part of it. And then 3 this way I can't mark yet. What's the next trick here? 2, 4, 2 this way, 4 this way, 1 this way, 4 this way, 2 this direction, 4 this direction. If I could just eliminate 1 here, that would be nice. How am I gonna know? It'll probably be a very late move to figure out if that one's one of them. What are we missing here? If I did 1 here, and I did 1 here, and then I did 1 here, how many would that be? Let's look at this. 1, and then we couldn't do this one. 2, and then we couldn't do this one. 3, and then 4. And I think that's the only way it can be done. Because if I do it here, then that would be 2, then we couldn't do this one, and then 3, and then we couldn't do that one. So it'd only be 3 going downward. So this is the solution. It's a little complicated there. In fact, that was pretty complicated. I'll grant you. I had to run the numbers on everything and see how many spaces would fit. So I may very well have to run the numbers here too. There's 3 slots, so if I do 1 here, you can't do this one, 2 here, and then 3, 4. I don't think that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I can solve this either way. It seems like I can solve it either way, so we're not ready for that. This feels like this one's gonna be a straight up guess though. Maybe there's something diagonal that will solve that for us though later on. 3 here eliminates this, and then this one means this one has to be part of it. There we go. 3 here is still a guess. 3 here is still a guess. 5 here would still be a guess. 2 here, still a guess. 4 here. Still not enough information. Still not enough information. don't tell me that in the next 14 remaining mines I have to calculate all the remaining positions. Let's see. There would be 2 here plus 3 here, so 5 with that. Another 3 there are 8. So there's 8 here, another 3 here is 11. 11 plus another 2 would be 12, 13, which means there has to be only 1 here. And while that's probably useful information, it's not quite, I think, enough. Because, well, wait a minute. If there's only 1 here, let's do the math again. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 1 more is 8, plus 3 is 11, plus 2 is 13. Leaves only 1 in this row, which means none of these are right. But I made a mistake somewhere. Something was miscalculated. Well, I guess we'll take what we learned and mark that as part of it. We've made 2 mistakes now by clicking the wrong button in compounding our mistake. So I missed some scenario in that, obviously. Completely missed something. What can we now infer? This 2 has to be one of these. So that means it can't be this, it can't be this, it can't be this. I made a mistake there. I made a mistake, but I somehow got away with it. This 1 tells us that's part of the puzzle, and that, alright. This 4 means this isn't part of the puzzle, so we can mark that and eliminate that from it. This one's been solved. This 2 hasn't been solved yet. This 4 hasn't been solved. This 4, I believe, can be solved. Now, there we go. I bet that 4 right there was the piece of the puzzle I missed. If I was to guess. This one leaves only this solution, so that solves for that. That means this one's been verified and filled. That leaves only these 2 for this one, which then fills and verifies this one, satisfies its conditions, and then that only leaves these 2 for this one, which means this 4 is now no longer needed, and this 4 is no longer needed. This 2's been satisfied, so that can't be it. This 3 now goes here, and we've got this left section done. There are 3 more. 2 here has been satisfied, 2 here can be satisfied, 5 here has been satisfied, 3 here has been satisfied. These are touching 3, these are touching 3, so that one's out. This is touching 3, so that one's out. So that means the only solution here is this one. And this one's been satisfied, and this one's been satisfied, so that's not it. And that's how we got that one. And then there. But I made 2 mistakes and I didn't get 2 of the uh, 2 of the hex cells because of it. So you will notice, if you can tell the difference, that 2-6 here is pretty flat and not glowing and glaring like a reflection from the sun. That's because I didn't get all the pieces, and I will do it without mistakes off screen. That's gonna be it for this recording. It took us 25 minutes just to do this. So I'll come back and do this, and we'll start at 3-1 and see if we can do 2 puzzles even, would be my guess. At best, next recording we'll do 2 puzzles. At worst, it will start getting to the point where we do 1 puzzle per recording, and even worse, the recordings may go longer and longer. Anywho, that's it for this recording though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.